React is awesome until you run into this. Use a state, use effect, use context, and suddenly your brain short circuits. Do I need all these hooks? Why are there so many? And what even is a context? I get it, but here's the truth. React hooks are not hard. In the next few minutes, I'll break down the most important hooks in a way that makes sense. No jargon, no drama, just the power you need to go from confused to confident. Stick with me because by the end, you'll actually get how to use hooks to build real apps, not toy projects. Let's dive in. React without state is like a smartphone with no memory. Kinda sleek, but ultimately useless. Use a state is the hook that gives your app a brain. Want to track user input? Click counters, dark mode toggle. That's all use a state. And it's ridiculously easy to use. That's it. This gives you two things. Count, the current value. Set count, a function you use to update that value. So when you want to change count, you don't modify it directly. You call set count, new value, and React updates everything for you. Boom. Now your app remembers things. It's like giving your app a brain without needing to build Skynet. But what if you want your app to do something when that brain changes? Use effect is like your app's personal assistant. Want to fetch data when a component loads? Automatically update the page title when a user logs in? That's use effect. Here's the basic setup. The first argument is a function, what you want to run. The second is a dependency array. If you leave the array empty, the effect runs only once when the component mounts. But if you put something inside, like count, it runs every time that value changes. This gives you full control over when your side effects happen. Forget to add the array? Congrats, your app just entered the infinite loop dimension. So yes, use effect is powerful, but handle it with care. Now, what if your app's data needs to be shared across multiple components? Passing props down 4 levels is exhausting. This is where use context saves your life. Prop drilling is that thing where you pass data through 5 components just to get it from A to B. It's annoying, messy, and hard to manage. Use context fixes that. With context, you can share data across your entire app without passing props manually. It's like creating a shared data backpack that any component can reach into. Imagine a logged-in user's data. Instead of passing it to every nav, sidebar, and profile card, just create a context. First, we create a context called user context, initializing it with null. Next, we build and export a custom hook, use user, which will let us easily access the data from the context whenever we need it. Then we wrap our components inside a user context provider and pass the data we want to share through the value prop. In our navbar component, we use the use user hook to access the user data we've shared. Now we can access and use this shared data anywhere in our app without having to pass props down manually. This hook is essential once your app grows beyond just a couple of components. But wait, what if the logic you're using is the same across multiple features? That's where custom hooks come in. When your code starts looking like copy-paste chaos, it's time to level up. Custom hooks let you write reusable logic that looks clean, elegant, and actually maintainable. For example, in our use context setup, we created a custom hook, use user, to easily access the shared data across components. Want a hook to handle online status or form validation? You can build your own, you name it, extract it, and reuse it wherever. It's like turning messy leftovers into a gourmet meal. So here's what you just unlocked. Use a state for remembering data. Use effect for running side effects. Use context for sharing data painlessly. Custom hooks for organizing logic like a pro. Master these and you're no longer just learning React. You're building powerful, scalable apps. The kind that shows up in portfolios, interviews, and real-world projects. If this video helped you, hit that like button. It helps more than you know. Subscribe for more dev tips that actually make sense. And drop a comment. Which hook confused you the most before this? Let's talk about it. With that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.